All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another news feed here for you. Basically, he's talking about the new 2026 Tacoma Tundra, the Sequoia as well too, but we're going to dive a little deeper because I think there's some things here that are pretty interesting that are going to tell us a little bit more about what might happen with the other versions coming forward on the new gen. The refresh is coming out on here, as well as one might actually even carry over into the Tacoma some too. So this article from Car and Driver highlighted a few, and then we got more that we're going to look at. But for 2026, the Toyota Tundra and Sequoia received new options, including the bright Wavemaker blue paint on the TRD Pro models. The capstone models feature new leather-trimmed upholstery option for the seats, featuring a shale gray color with brown stripe, and the TRD Pro can now be bought with isodynamic seats. Same thing that's in the Tacoma and the TRD Pro Tacoma. You can get it in the Tundra TRD Pro in here too. So you got Wavemaker. It says here, the capstone trim now offers shale premium leather trimmed seats that feature a brown stripe down the center. The limited trim also gains leather trimmed seats offered in either black leather with white stitching or gray leather with black stitching. The Sequoia also comes with more equipment than before. And the Sequoia, all trims now come standard with power folding third row seats. And then you can also order your TRD Pros with the optional isodynamic seats. Again, optional. We'll talk about that in a minute. We found they almost entirely eliminated the legroom in the Tacoma, turning a four-door truck into a two-seater. Those isodynamic seats, they're kind of a joke in the TRD Pro. Again, you lose your back seats in there. But Toyota is now offering power running boards also on a platinum trim and a 1974 TRD off-road package. The SX package now comes with 20-inch wheels, and crew cab models also gain air vents on the rear center console. While the Tundra's equipped with single-zone climate control gain what's called Smart Flow Management System, also called S-Flow, which directs the air only at the occupied seats in the vehicle. I'm hoping you'll be able to turn that off, because if you got a lightweight dog in the back, it'd be nice to have some airflow back there to that dog, rather than them not sending any there back there. So I'm assuming that's probably something that hopefully will be able to be turned off. And then every Tacoma truck, every full size, so all the Tundras now get a 32.2 gallon tank, and a trailer hitch and 4 and 7 pin connector also become standard across the entire lineup. So there we go. Now moving on from there, we're going to pop over to this one. This is the official announcement from Toyota. A couple other things we're going to dive into. Now we have that same thing, premium textured leather trim. Nice. Okay, we talked about now the isodynamic seats. Let's talk about that for a minute. In the Tacoma TRD Pro, you're forced to get them. You don't have a choice. You have to take it. I'm wondering if they realize how bad that hurts sales of that truck, because people would rather have the Trail Hunter. They don't want, the TRD Pro sales are struggling some because of those isometric seats, I'm pretty sure. So in the Tundra, they gave them to you as an option. Now, that could mean that it's going to cost you, I don't know how much that option is going to be. They're optional, but I'll bet they're probably pushing a couple grand, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 option, I'm guessing, for those seats. I don't think a whole lot of people are going to get them. Could that mean, this is like I said, there might be some things going on here. Could that mean they're testing it in this Tundra for this last year before the big refresh that happens next year? For the Tundra gets totally redone next year. But could it mean that they're taking the isometric and putting them in here as an option to see how many people actually take it, to see how many people actually want those seats? But in the Tacoma, we were forced to get them for the TRD Pro. Many people want a TRD Pro Tacoma. It's been an icon forever. But they don't want those isometric seats, but they're taking them anyway because they don't have a choice, because they want the TRD Pro. Is Toyota testing this to see if they've lost too many sales to the TRD Pro in the Tacoma because of putting those in there? Are they now making them optional here? And will they possibly then, after the results of what happens here, maybe make them optional in the Tacoma as well? That would be the smartest thing to do. But Toyota never listens well. They don't, look at, again, here we are again. We look at this truck. We are in its 4th year, and we still do not have any recovery points on the front of a TRD off-road or a TRD Pro truck, with no recovery points on the front of them. I mean, and people have been screaming it from the rooftops for 4 straight years, and Toyota still will not put them on there. Toyota does not listen. They'll give you a really cute light bar, and you get the oh so fancy Heritage grill, but you cannot have tow hooks on the front of it. I just don't get it, understand it. It makes no sense to me, but I'm assuming we got something going on there. Now, here's another thing. The TRD lift that we see here, the TRD lift kit and tow tech package now available on the TRD rally package. That's pretty nice. That's a good thing. Could turn into something as well, too. I like that idea. They're probably testing it on that one. We'll see what it does and how it goes forward on there for the lift kit, but I like the idea of the actual factory lift, and it should be available on the TRD Rally truck. It's a TRD Rally truck. It should be able to. We know about the 32-gallon tank. We just said that. The capstone, we covered that in here, but they do give a little more information here, so we're going to cover it for you. But it says the limited grade will transition to leather trim seats in both black and gray, showcasing a new pattern with black leather seat surfaces featuring white stitching, gray leather seat surfaces adorned with black stitching. Those are your options there for the limited model. And again, we just talked about how they are now optional isodynamic seats in the Tundra, still mandatory in the Tacoma TRD Pro. Power running boards will be available on a Platinum and 1970 or 1794 off-road packages. That's a great thing, and we said already that the SX gets 20-inch wheels. And then now we talked about that single zone climate thing. All Tundra models get the 32-gallon tank, and we covered that. Now, here's some other things here, too. I love how they even word this. The TRD Pro model Tundras and a TRD Off-Road. Now, remember, 2022 is the first year that a Tundra actually got a rear locker. How crazy is that? That the Tundra TRD models never had a locker until 2022. But still, we get the same problem here. Electronic locking rear differential to provide added traction in 4 low applications. Again, Toyota, get your head out of your rear end. Okay, every other brand lets you use the lockers in 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. You get to do whatever. You get options. Why are you still stuck in a stupid 4 low application for your locker? I will not understand it. People will comment and they're going to argue in here about how they have to do it for litigation. If somebody, no. Ford doesn't have that problem. Ram doesn't have that problem. Jeep doesn't have that problem. There's so many companies Chevy, none of them have a problem. They're all doing just fine. Don't tell me that they have to do it this way. They do not have to. And this is killing them. This is hurting them. This is the #1 reason I sold my Tacoma. #1 reason I got rid of it was because I was forced to go into 4 low to use my rear locker. Ridiculous. There will also be people comment on here that you shouldn't be using your rear locker unless you're in a 4 low situation anyway. They don't drive where I do. And then here, Toyota, for some that don't know, the Tundra is assembled exclusively in Texas and San Antonio. That's nice. The limited grade and above, the cab mount to the frame the cab is mounted to the frame with hydraulic mounts to help enhance the ride comfort. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Convenient features such as blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert are available. That's BS. And I think of that for all brands. Every single brand out there, that's such a crock of crap. Blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert should be mandatory. Way more important than road sign assist, lane assist, or lane departure alert, or full speed dynamic radar cruise control. None of that stuff is this cruise control. This is a luxury item. These down here, these save lives. And it's a shame that they make them available, but they're not available. They're not standard on every single one of them. Very upsetting. And then you do get the rear seat reminder. Again, something that I think every single truck should have today without question. This is kind of bugs me. Okay, using simple wake-up phrases such as, hey, hi, hello, okay, Toyota, make connecting your vehicle easy and seamless. Intuitive and natural VA responses allow for audible replies by the user, creating a human-like conversation experience. Okay, in order for your vehicle system to pick up, hey, hi, hello, or okay, Toyota, it always has to listen to everything that's happening in a car. It always has to be listening. It cannot listen for one word without listening to everything. God, his stuff is just getting out of hand. I'll never understand that stuff. That's like that hey Google or okay Google or hey Siri. It means they're always listening to every single thing that you're doing and saying. I'm not a fan of it. So my point on it anyway, but here we go. Diving in here, this is a picture, full-size picture of your interior for you to see the updates and some of the things in that. And the gorgeous interior, no doubt about it. Straight up gorgeous. Looks very luxurious. Hopefully the quality, they're starting to improve some of the things that they knew that was bad before and making some of those changes on there. But it sure is one sexy truck. And then we also know, now we're seeing here is that mud bath. Okay, we got this, but, and we already did dive into this already, but I wanted to show you, this is about the color, the Wave Maker color. Okay, now it's also going to be available on the it's all the whole TRD Pro color for everything. 4Runner, because it comes in a TRD Pro. Tacoma comes in a TRD Pro. So does a Tundra and a Sequoia. So if it's a TRD Pro version, this is the 2026 color. Okay, this TRD color was developed by Toyota Quality Design Team and tells a unique story of artistic vision and a relentless pursuit of innovation. No, it doesn't. It tells you it's a light blue. It's a robin egg blue. It's a great looking color, but it is none of that. It is a robin egg blue color, okay? But it is very cool. Wave Maker is the 11th iteration of the bold and unique TRD Pro colors. It started in 2015 with the Inferno as a specialty TRD color, and it's taken off. It's been 10 years now, 11 years of doing this, and it's a very big hit for them. People buy it because of the color. Mud Bath, Solar Octane, whatever it was, they specifically bought it because of that specialty color that was out for that year. And then in 2027, this color will be available on all of them. But it is a TRD only, or TRD Pro only color for this year. So kind of cool. Now we got related images here. Here we can actually see, let's take a look. But we can see some of the other vehicles in it. So here, can I stop it? I don't want to download. I want to view. Okay, so we look at it. Here is the 4Runner in this color right there. So you can see the TRD Pro 4Runner. So we're assuming this is 2026 because it's in that color. So this is a look at a 2026 TRD Pro 4Runner. And here's the front view of it. So, and again, that's what I'm assuming since they got it in the colors. This is what it's going to look like. Or, 4Runner right here in TRD Pro. And then we also have in here, we got the Tacoma family. There it is. Here's the Sequoia. We see the Sequoia, same thing, but I want to see here is the Tacoma TRD Pro. So it looks, again, doesn't look like anything major has changed for this year on it as far as exterior-wise that we're seeing. But there it is with that color on a TRD Pro Tacoma. I love the Tacoma. Such a sharp truck. It's so chiseled. I think it looks amazing. They do such a great job on that. And let me turn this off here. There we go. And here it is. Right here is another side view of the Tacoma. Look at that. That looks sharp. That's a good looking color. And with the black roof and how that's done, I think it looks really good. I'm not knocking the color at all. I do crack up at their, the innovation and artistic. It's a color. You picked it. It's cool. But I do think it is very good looking color. Very, very good looking setup on here. And we do see on the Tacoma TRD Pro, it looks like we do, again, get the ARB recovery points and the ARB bumper as an option on there, which is a beautiful thing. You can buy these and put them on any Tacoma, which is a very nice feature. And then here is the Tundra that we're seeing right here, and this is a good picture of it right here. This is our Tundra that we have out, the TRD Pro Tundra in this color. So just some things to show you on there. Pretty cool stuff. Any questions, comments, anything you got, put them below. Thanks for watching.